and happy St. Patrick's Day Eve, everyone. Thank you guys so much for coming back. If you were here in the first broadcast, welcome back. And if you are new this time, welcome to the Sunflower family. We're getting ready for another great episode of the Sunflower Hour. And everybody, just a reminder, the comments are over here to your right. Make sure you jump in. We want to hear you say hello. We want to know where you're from. We want to know how you're spending your St. Patrick's Day Eve. So say hello, and we'll be monitoring them the best that we can. I want to talk to everybody. Now, I want to start the episode with a big, giant thank you. Oh, hi, Kendra. I am so glad you're excited, because I'm really excited, too. I'm excited for episode number 2. Oh, so pumped. Kevin Nice 69. We are pumped, too. Thanks for tuning in. Now, I don't know if you guys were watching last week, but we did amazing. We are almost to our first milestone. So I guess I have to give a huge shout out and a huge, huge thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of the association's heart, to the Albers family, to Stud Muffin, and to the Mazzanti family. Thank you guys so much for your generous donations on our Tiltify. We are so close to our first milestone. We're actually only $100 away. So if we raise another $100, then we're going to go into the first challenge, which happens to be a laugh challenge. I heard these are so fun. I've never actually done one, but I will tell you right now that I laugh all the time. I laugh at almost everything. So I think this is going to be so hard for me. And I hear I might be going up against somebody. So that makes it even more challenging because I don't like to lose. I like to win. So I am going to do everything I can to not laugh, because whatever the loser has to do, I'm sure it's not going to be that fun, and I refuse to be that person. So you're right, we can raise $100 tonight. I know we can. So guys, make sure you check out the About Us section, the purple box. You can donate whatever, every little bit helps. There's no such thing as too small of donation. So everything gets us one step closer to finding a cure. Make sure you check it out in the About Us section. Now, tonight's episode is very, very special, like all of them, and it happens to be, like I said, St. Patrick's Day Eve. So also throw in the comments what you guys are doing for St. Patrick's Day. I don't know how you guys are going to be spending it. Donna Clax, yes, I love that all you guys are so excited, because I'm really, really excited too, and I'm glad to have you guys here with us. Well, ALS, we know sometimes it's a heavy topic. And we're going to be highlighting the Trafton family tonight. Now, Barbara Trafton was diagnosed with ALS. And as we know, there is no cure for ALS, and it doesn't discriminate in the way that it comes after you. And everybody's journey in the ALS process is very different. Some people, it hits them in the onset of the symptoms are very quick. Sometimes it's a little bit slower. You never really know how it's going to come on. And unfortunately, Barbara Trafton had a very quick onset of ALS, and about a year after diagnosis, she lost her battle and passed away. This month will be the 11-year anniversary of Barbara Trafton passing away from ALS. So we want to honor her. We want to keep her story alive, and I want to let all of you in on some stories about how amazing this woman was. And I was so lucky to get to talk to 2 of her sons. I got to spend the weekend with them, spend a little bit of time. So the 2 of them have teamed up, and they opened and run a restaurant right in Joliet called The Dock at Inwood. So I got to go spend some time at the restaurant, try the food. It was so, so, so much fun. And Mike himself is a huge ALS advocate. He is part of our family. He's a retired police chief in Joliet. He is a fellow ambassador like myself. He's a board member, and he is a huge, like I said, ALS advocate, and he's actually the treasurer for us. So we love having Mike in the family, like I said, keeping her legacy, keeping her story alive. And I was very honored, very blessed to get to sit down and talk to him. So let's check it out. Back to Season Sunflower Hour. I am so excited tonight to get to talk to Mike Trafton. I can't wait. I don't know why it took us so long to do this.
Season, I'm really excited for this too. And again, thank you for doing this. Thank you for giving your time for ALS. And it really does, it means the world, not only to me, to my family, but to all the families that are going through someone with ALS right now. And it really means a lot that you've taken time out of your schedule to do this too. So it does mean a lot.
It's the best family. I'm happy to be a part of it. And so you're talking about all the families going through this. I mean, you know firsthand what it's like. You lost your mom to ALS.
Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
I don't even know. This is why I'm so happy to get to do this interview. I don't even know the story. I've known you for, I can't even think about how long it's been. And I've never got to actually hear about your mom. So tell me, let's start from the beginning and tell me about your mom.
Sure. First of all, the beginning for me with ALS is, my mom was my mom has been passed, it'll be 10 years this month. So, yeah. So, it hits home this time of year. But about my mom was always, she was the glue of the family. She was our leader. Always just so happy and vibrant, and a woman of faith, a Catholic woman, raised that way, raised all of her boys that way, all 4 boys. And she raised my dad. I say that, she had 5 boys. She did. And, she was the leader. Everything was about family with Mom, and you were family even if you weren't family, if you know what I mean. It was like, if you were my friends, you were family. If my wife became like best friends with my mom, so that says a lot about my mom too. And my brother's wives became best friends with my mom, so that's how she was. She was open and loving, and just a wonderful woman that, that to this day, just my mom, she was the best. So
she was the best, and I know you, and I know you're the best.
Well, thank you.
So that means she had to be incredible to raise a son like you.
Well, thank you so much for saying that. So I'd like to think she's proud of what I'm doing, and my brothers are doing as well. So
I know she is.
Yeah, thank you.
She's so proud of you.
Thank you.
Well, I've talked about this on past episodes of Sunflower Hour. When someone is diagnosed with ALS, it's not just like in this example, it's not just your mom fighting that battle. It's the whole family.
The whole family.
All of her support system, people around her. What was it like when that diagnosis came? Walk me through that whole process.
Yeah, so my mom, well, it would be a little over 11 years ago now. So, because unfortunately Mom made it a little over a year from diagnosis till she passed. But before that, probably 6 months, 8 months before that, we noticed Mom was having trouble walking. You know what I mean? Not walking so much, but like she had a limp all of a sudden out of somewhere, and we couldn't figure out what it was. And she went to doctor and couldn't figure out what it was. And my wife's an RN, and she talked to a neurologist, and the neurologist said, "I think your mother-in-law has ALS." And when Melissa came and told me, I was like, ALS, I knew Lou Gehrig's disease, right? But I didn't know what ALS really was, and I began to look into it, and I saw, what it might mean for our family. So I talked to my dad and my mom and decided let's go to Mayo Clinic. Let's find out if this really is what it is. And we drove up there. The 3 of us went to Mayo and a series of tests over a weekend. And they called us into the room. I think it was on a Monday, I believe it was. And they said, you have ALS. And so naturally, our reaction is, okay, what do we do from here? And this is Mayo Clinic, so you're like the top of the top notch, right? And they're like, well, there's nothing we can do, and you're like, what? They're like, well, you're from the Chicago area. Why don't you reach out to the ALS Association? So I'm like, okay, so we're driving back from Mayo Clinic, and I've got this phone number for the ALS Association. I call, and Julie Sharp, who is our executive director, answers, and it was like one of those defining moments of your life, where it's Julie, telling you that, she's here for you. The ALS Association is here for you. We'll do everything we can for you. And again, not knowing what this meant, but she arranged for appointments for my mom to come. She arranged for people to come to the house for my mom. The staff at the ALS Association, the way they treated our family was like they became part of our family. And I don't know what we would have done without them, honestly. They told us what to expect. When things started going certain ways, what we can do from there, and how do you move forward. And having that person to turn to, that association to turn to, when you got no one else and you have no idea what's going on, it's immeasurable. So as time goes on, my mom, unfortunately, she loses the ability to speak fairly soon. She loses the ability to walk fairly soon. So then when you lose the ability to communicate, it's the worst. But what my mom always said, even before this, is her motto was that she was blessed. I am blessed. And she would say that. And every day, and I wasn't there every day, but almost every day I was there. And she would say, I am blessed, all the time. So she loses the ability to speak. And when you lose the ability to communicate, that's everything. And it's not today. This is 10 years ago, actually almost 11, where didn't have the speech devices that luckily people that have ALS now have those things. They can communicate through eye movement, through certain things, and the speech can be there for people. So they have the ability to communicate as long as they're able to, where my mom didn't have that. But we had an iPad at the time, one of the first ones, and she would type out on there that she is blessed. And that's just how she lived her life. And it's just amazing. So,
we've talked about this before too, that it always seems like it's the most incredible people that are diagnosed with ALS, like your mom. It's the ones, you've mentioned to me before, there's no pity party.
No, there's none. It's something about, and again, there's, you don't know why or how things happen, but it seems the spirit of the people that get this disease is amazing. After my mom passed and I became, a member of the ALS Association, I've had the opportunity to meet so many wonderful people and families, people with ALS and their families who are going through it, and the spirit of those people, it's just absolutely amazing. So absolutely amazing, yeah.
It is. There's something, because again, I feel bad. We got to talk a little bit about this, and I think they have this hold on you. They have this hold on your heart. And you got to meet, so you got to go to Washington, D.C.
I've got to go to Washington, D.C. twice with advocacy, because after my mom passed, and we stayed involved in the organization because it was important to us as a family. It was important to me. It was important to my wife that we stay involved for my mom, because, I'm blessed because I have my mom, but I'm blessed because of people like you. People like Julie Sharp, Johanny, people with the association that are willing to give their time and their talents for no cost at all, back to people like me and to families like mine, and just wonderful, wonderful people. And I can't say enough about them and what they do, and it just means the world to me. So it does.
And when you're in that moment, you get that diagnosis, that is, nobody ever wants to hear the words ALS, because it is fatal. Like the Mayo Clinic said, there's no cure.
There's no cure. There's no good answers. But when you get that and you have nowhere to go, like I said before, and then you have this wonderful organization with wonderful people, the ALS Association. They're special. They're special people, and they do so much for us.
And you even mentioned they were the ones that came out and said, what can we do for you?
Right.
Like when your world is spinning, they were the ones that sat back and said, let us take it. You spend time with your mom, you do what's really important, and let us do the day-to-day nitty-gritty stuff.
And we were talking a little bit about DC, and unfortunately, I've gone twice. Once about 6 years ago and once about 3 years ago now, I think is the timeline. And from the group we went with 6 years ago, who became great friends with myself and Melissa, we don't have any of the families we're still in touch with, but we don't have any of the patients, the ones that had ALS left. And even as little as 3 years ago, I think we have one left. And I made a very good friend this last time we were there. His name was Kevin. And I had an opportunity. He was a big NASCAR fan. And I know we've never talked about this before, but I was the chief of police here in Joliet. So I had an opportunity. We have a NASCAR track here. And I made good friends with the people that run the track, because we provided security and things like that. And I told him, I said, Kevin's a big NASCAR guy. He loves NASCAR. Is there anything we can do? And being part of the association, that's important to me to be able to help people that have it. And we had a day when NASCAR came into town We got Kevin down on the track early. We got him to meet drivers. We got him to meet the head of the track.
Okay.
He was like a kid in a candy store, and Kevin was just a wonderful, beautiful man. I think about him. We're in D.C., and I'm not a fancy guy by any means, and there was a lunch. They do a luncheon, and it's a beautiful luncheon, don't get me wrong, but there was all kinds of vegetables and different stuff and fancy food, and I could tell Kevin was kind of like me, and he's like, this isn't for me. And I said, Kevin, you want a cheeseburger? He's like, yeah. So I walked out of the place, and there was a Five Guys around the corner in D.C., and I got 2 cheeseburgers, and I brought him back in and his wife to this day tells me that's how me and Kevin hit it off.
Okay.
Just that day that we had that together, and when Kevin passed, I was like part of the family passing, and that's how it is with the association. That's why I'm involved. That's why I'm on the board. That's why I'm a treasurer now of the board. We do so many great things for so many people, and too. You're involved now. It's just not about fundraising. It's about love. It really is. It's about what can I do to make this family, make it better for this family? How can this be easier for them? And that's the way Julie operates. That's the way the whole association operates. And as well. You've been involved for a long time too. It's all about the patients. And I know the cure is important, and we're going to keep fighting for the cure. We're going to keep raising money for the cure. But what's equally important is these families, because the cure's not tomorrow. It's not next week. It might be years down the road. It's somewhere down the road. But in the meantime, we've got to do everything we can to let these families know, to let these patients know that we're here for them. We're going to do everything we can for them. We will show them the love that they need. We will provide people like myself, families who have been through it before. We will let them talk to patients who have it right now, can kind of let the other patients know what to expect. Our nursing staff is amazing. Our people that work there are amazing. Everywhere, our volunteers like yourself are amazing. Who does this? Who does this? I mean, Susan, we're talking, you come out to Joliet, Illinois from Hoffman Estates on a Saturday, you know what I'm talking about? And you're giving up your time and your talent. You can be doing something else, but this is important to you, and it's important to me, and it really just means so much, I know, not only to us, but to the families. One of the families is going to watch us and say, these volunteers, they get it. This association, they gets it. They love us, and we do, and we do, yeah. And we do what we can, even if it's a little bit, that matters, because nothing matters more than the human interaction. I mean, you can have money, you can have fame, you can have this. I was the chief of police, you know what I mean? I was a bigwig, but you know what I mean? But none of that matters, you know what I mean? When your mom is dying, when your friends, nothing like having friends and family and the association and the people I've met. Everyone, and you're smirking a little bit, but it's true. I mean, the people in this association have the heart to help people, and they know, and it brings me back to Mom, and I'm blessed to know you. I'm blessed to be part of this association. If I can give back to people, there's not a better feeling out there. You know what I mean? To be able to help someone help a family or help a person that's going through ALS, and to know that we're there for them. Yeah. So that means. So I know I kind of ramble on here, but it's just okay.
It's the family that you never ever want to have to be a part of.
Right.
But when you find yourself in a situation, it is a family, and you're a part of this family for life. And we take care of each other. We look out for each other.
We do.
I mean, it's like we're blessed to be, unfortunately, a part of this family, but we're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna do what we have to do, and it doesn't stop.
No, it never stops. And you talk about families, and my family, again, I'm just looking back, and when everything is going haywire, you've got the ALS Association, you've got the nurses coming out to your house telling us, you might need ramps, you will need ramps, you'll need handrails, you'll need these things, and all those things that you don't think about ahead of time, you know what I mean? But to have people tell you about that, and to have that not only for myself and my mom, but my dad, who became my superstar through this, who never left my mom's side, who did everything he could for my mom. It's just amazing. And my dad was a guy who couldn't do anything because my mom did everything. My mom put his socks out, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So then for the tables to turn, and my dad, he was just an amazing support system for my mom, and to have people, again, like the association, to help him.
And I heard he made one of your mom's dreams come true.
He did. Mom was not doing well, but she always wanted to go to Alaska, and she always wanted to see the whales. That was her thing. So we went on a cruise. We left Seattle, and in her wheelchair, and we went on a whale watching cruise with Mom, and there were so many whales breached the water that day, and the smile on my mom's face, and just trying to clap, and just the emotion that she had, and that's a blessing. That's from God. I know there's certain things that happen for certain reasons, but to be able to experience that with my mom and my dad, and to make her wish come true, and to make her, feel special, meant the world to me. And again, with all the pain and the suffering that comes with the disease, to every day to say you're blessed, they're wonderful people. It's not just my mom, it's just everyone that I've come into contact with the association. So.
And I think a really great point too to hit home with is the association's amazing. We know that.
Yes.
We know that. We want
Right.
everyone else to know that, but we know that. But on top of all the support, all the love that they give, making your life as easy as possible so you can really spend those moments where
Right.
they count with your loved one before it's too late. All the services they provide are completely free.
Free. Think about that.
I'm excited just saying that.
Yeah. And there's a whole another aspect of, besides everything we do for the patients is free. Research, funding, that's all part of the association. That's the hidden part of it that no one knows about. The dollars that go into research, it's just amazing. But it's all free. If I guess someone out there is going to see this and know someone with ALS and say, hey, I saw this. This is what we need to do. We need to get a hold of the ALS Association of Greater Chicago. And if you know someone, please reach out, because it'll be one of the best things you've done in this, at this time in your life, because it will make a huge difference in that person and that family's life.
It will. Like you said, now that even the technology has changed and the association gets you access to all of that.
Yes.
They provide all of that equipment for you on loan, free of charge. They get you to clinics. They get you to appointments. It's not only just supporting the patient with ALS, it's supporting their family, their caregivers.
Yeah. And you mentioned the clinics, think about that. There's ALS clinics, that we provide, where the patient goes to the clinic. They get specialty care by doctors who deal with ALS. My goodness, if my mom had that opportunity, we would have been there every, you know what I mean? And again, and the research that we learn from patients that go to these clinics is just going to help more and more people in the future. And we will get there someday, because this association is nationwide. And I'm proud to be a part of that group, but I'm really so proud of what we have here in the Greater Chicago area, because I know I've said it before, but it's really a special group of people. It really is. So
I'm glad you found your way to us.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you found your way to us, but I'm really glad.
And we talk to you the same. we all have our own stories as to how we got here, why we're here, but it's so important. You know, it's so important.
It's true. I mean, I lost my friend to ALS, and I never would have come into this organization, this family, had that not been the case. But it was a lot like your mom. I mean, I've never seen so much strength in an individual. And it was the same attitude of, okay, no, the cure's not coming tomorrow. But I want to be a part of that mission and help find it for the people that come after me. And that kind of courage and strength in these moments, that blows me away.
It does when I think about it. When I see the patients, and it's like, how can we help these people? You know, what can we do? And invariably, all of them and their families, unfortunately, after they pass, or even while they're going through it, they'll reach out to me and they'll say, hey, Mike, you guys are amazing. And I'm like, I'm such a small part of it. You know, I'm nothing. You know, the boots on the ground are really where it's at. Julie and Sarah, we've talked about it. And everyone at the association, they're beyond special.
It's more than a job to them.
No, it's a calling. It's a calling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What Julie did for the women in your family.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know, and I'm glad you brought that up. You know, like I talked about, my mom always said, I'm blessed. And my mom passed, and 4 boys in the family, all married, all to wonderful women.
Was a saint.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was a saint. There's no doubt about it, because we were all a handful. But Julie realized that, you know, what my mom meant to our family, and she went out and got blessed sweatshirts, hoodies for all the daughter-in-laws. And who does that? You know what I mean? And talk about not a dry eye in the house when she gave those to the girls, and just amazing. And you know, now at this stage of my life where my daughters all know Julie, you know, my dad loves Julie, you know, everyone. And you know, it's not just Julie. It's the whole group. Again, like we've said, we've talked about, and you know, our fearless leader Toby, and he's part of the family, part of the group too. You know, and I know he'll see this and he'll get a kick that I mention him. But he's my buddy. He's a good man, and he founded this association. His mom, you know, him and his mom founded this association, and to have that leadership and that foresight, and I thank him, and he's a good man.
It's a passion.
It is a passion.
It's such everyone that's within this organization, like I said, it's more than a job. This is a passion. Right. This is kind of a way of life. Right. It is our mission to make life better for those with ALS.
We've talked about it. It's passion and compassion. You know, it's both, and it's the people that we have here. And I guess, you know, coining my mom's phrase, but we're blessed to have those people. Where do you find people like that? You know, but we hit the home run with them. You know what I mean? And it's made a profound difference in my life, my family's life. As bad as ALS is, as bad as everything my mom went through, this is the good of it. You know, that we can help other people. We're going to be here as long as the ALS Association will have me. We'll continue to fundraise for them. We'll continue to go the extra mile for the ALS Association, because we can help people, you know, and that's the bottom line. That's what it's all about. When it's all said and done, it's not who you are or how much money you raise or this. It's who have you helped in your life, you know, and you know, I think that's what everyone wants to be remembered by. You know, when it's their time to go to, is were you a good person and you help everyone else? And I just, no,
I mean,
thank you.
Thank you. To you and your family, seriously, you guys have been helping so many people. I mean, even just that moment with the cheeseburger. You know, you're having these moments where for a second you are making these patients forget that they have ALS, forget that they have this terminal diagnosis, and you're giving them hope, and you're giving them these memories that mean everything.
Now, when Laura sees this too, she's gonna say, like, Mike the cheeseburger. I know what she's gonna say. And it's funny because, like, on Facebook, she'll send a note or something. She'll say, and they live in Oregon, Illinois. They're wonderful, wonderful people, and you know, come on out here, and we will, and we're gonna have dinner with her this year and do some things with her. And she'll see this, and she'll send me a note, and it'll be great, and we'll get together. And talk about Kevin and just what a good man he is, and talk about my mom and talk about the association and what it's meant, you know. And those are things I'll have the rest of my life, you know, is Kevin and the other people I've got to know, you know, through this association. So yeah, it's made a profound difference in my life. So
well, for those people that are watching that maybe don't have, I mean, we've had a different perspective because we've actually had firsthand experience with a patient with ALS.
Right.
For people that don't know that, I mean, what was a typical day like for your mom?
Oh boy, you know, it's hard because every day is a decline, okay? And you hear, you know, at the beginning, you know, this is what you're going to have to go through, but until you see it, you know, and each patient is different too. There's patients that go years and years and years and do a decline, and then there's patients like my mom whose decline was so rapid it was within a year. My mom lived a wonderful life, you know, 70 years old, you know, so she had a wonderful life. And then I see patients who become my friends that are in their 20s that get it, you know, and are passed by the time they're 30, you know, and it's just, so, you know, what is the day like? In the beginning, it's okay, you know, they're just having a little trouble walking, is my mom's. And then as the months go by, losing the ability to walk, losing the ability to talk, losing the ability to go to the washroom by themselves, needing help of, you know, her son to go to the washroom. You know, those things are like things you'd hope you would never have to do, but you have to. You know, my dad, like I said, just a superstar, but, you know, for him to, you know, have to do that every day, you know, and to take care of my mom and to take care of her needs, whether it's going to the washroom or feeding. You know, my mom lost the ability to speak and swallow, so she went to a liquid diet at the end. And towards the very end, we went through hospice. She got to stay at home, and that was all arranged by the ALS Association. So the ability to die with some dignity at home was a very good thing. And again, that I just can't imagine what my mom's life would have been like without the ALS Association. You'd have been in a hospital. We would have been not knowing what's going on. No one, you know, all those different things, and to pass with dignity and to pass with a purpose. I want to say is a purpose as a family to help fight this disease for other people. So. And
that's why we do this. That's why we do exactly what we're doing, because again, I've said that I can't say this enough. Every 90 minutes, somebody is diagnosed with ALS, and every 90 minutes, someone passes away from that. So tonight, by the end of the show, at the end of season Sunflower Hour, we will have already lost another friend, loved one, family member to the disease. That's what we're here for.
Right, and
that's what we're doing.
And that's important. Like, let your friends know about this channel. You know, let them know about Twitch and what you're doing.
I mean, you're so fancy.
Oh, yeah, on Twitch. I'm the 58-year-old guy that just got on Twitch. So
I didn't know about it either until so now we're like part of the cool kids.
Cool kids.
Getting this together.
But like, you know, it's nice because I get my wife is big on it now, and I'm getting my daughters on it and getting everyone involved. And you know, we have a restaurant here, which we're going to talk about later today. I think my brother's going to get involved, and you know, where we've done fundraisers here for the ALS Association, and you know, those are things we're going to continue to do, and to get the word out about the ALS Association. And this is a wonderful, you know, a streaming service, this Twitch thing where all the young kids, all the gamers, and everyone's involved. And I mentioned to you before that you know, I hear it because I listen to sports radio a lot, you know. So and the sports radio I listen to is on Twitch, you know. So I heard, you know, Twitch. So I've looked that up, and we want to get, you know, thousands of followers. You know, that's so the more people hear about it, you know, this is a way for them to give back through Twitch. And I know you're setting something up on there, right? Or you have?
We have, I know. So people can actually donate on here, which is fun. There's all kinds of really cool incentives. They can sponsor a bucket. With their company name on it. They can douse me with some ice buckets. They can get thank you cards, mentions on the show. So yeah, there's lots of really great opportunities to just get involved. If you're sitting at home, you want to take part, you want to be active in this, you can get involved. You make it really simple.
You know, and there's, you know, and you're talking about getting involved, and even if you don't have someone with ALS in your life, but you're looking for an organization that could need your help, this is it. You want to, you know, an organization that makes a difference. You want to feel good about yourself. Get a hold of the ALS Association Greater Chicagoland. You know, it's right here.
I know, I love this. Tell us the story about this.
I started wearing this when my mom was diagnosed, and Julie got me a bunch of these. This is the ALS bracelet, and I've worn this for 11 years now. You know, I think this is probably my third or fourth one. You know, but every time, you know, when it's just about gone or it breaks, I've got a couple hundred in my drawer at home. You know, and I pass them out often as I can, and I'll wear it till I can't wear it anymore. You know, so.
You are seriously, you live every single day sort of with the very best intention of keeping your mom's memory alive and living for her and helping the people that have this disease. I mean, you're such an amazing example of that.
I think as you get older, you don't get smarter, maybe you get wiser, if that makes sense. And you realize just what's important is like we talked about, it's people. People are important, and you know, it's great. Yeah, it is love. It's great to have a business. It's great to be chief of police. But you know, what are your greatest accomplishments? Are your family and your friends, right? You know, my 3 daughters, my wife, this association, the people, you know, the people that give their time and their talent to help other people. It's an amazing thing when you think about it. You know, you can, and anyone that volunteers can make a difference, whether it's, you know, you go to the walks for the ALS Association, you run the marathon for the ALS Association, you go to the Chicago Auto Show for the ALS Association. There's so many opportunities to give and to make a difference in people's lives. So, I mean, I can't urge everyone out there, you know, to make a difference, you know, do it. And you know, even if it's not the ALS Association, please find something. Find something and make a difference in people's lives.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
It feels good for your soul.
Oh my God,
It's the best high you can ever experience. There's nothing else that gives you this kind of feeling. And I mean, you and I both know, because we've been to all these events.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Oh, there's nothing more fun than getting involved and giving back. And all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, that was great. And you're with really good people. Yeah. You know, you're with similar-minded people that want to help other people, and it'll be time well spent.
It will. Yeah. And your mom made it to one of the walks, right?
Oh my God, yeah. So 11 years ago, Lincoln Park Zoo, one of the original walks, and we go there, and it is literally raining sideways, and we're pushing my mom in the wheelchair through the muddy paths, the Lincoln Park, and she is just laughing and joking, and we are all soaked. We're like drowned rats. I mean, and she's just laughing and enjoying it, and you know, that's my mom. You know, that was my mom. Yeah. So, yeah.
Another one of the best days of her life.
Yeah, you know, just special woman.
She sounds so amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I would have been lucky enough to meet her.
Well, you know, you're right. You know what? You're doing her work right now, whether you know it or not. You know what I mean? She would love you. She would hug you right now. She would give you a kiss, and she would say thank you. I wish, you know, every day we all, you know, when someone passes that we love, you know, they wish they were here, but I know she would be proud. But, you know, not only me, my whole family, but of the association, people like you should be proud of you. She would tell you that too. She would tell you you're doing the right thing, and you're doing good things, and you're helping people, and that's what God would want, you know, and that's how she would look at it. And it's our job to help other people. So it's the greatest gift. It's the greatest gift.
I love her motto.
Yeah.
I even since we talked last about it, I've been making such an intention every day to start my day and to end my day with saying I'm blessed and sitting down and listening and kind of.
Sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes it's hard, right? Like, oh my goodness, this is wrong. And they're like, oh, shut up, Trafton, come on. There are people out there with real problems. You know what I mean? Like, that are going through this with ALS that are really having tough times, and I'm blessed, you know. And even if I have a bad day, my bad days are so much better than their best day. You know what I mean? My worst day is not even close to their best day. You know, that's how. But we'll get there. You know what I mean? And we're going to just keep helping people, and this association is going to keep helping people.
We're not stopping. We're just getting started.
And they've got people like you know, that are going to keep the word out, and you're going to help all these teenagers and these 20-year-olds, and they're going to hear about us, and they're going to understand this, and we're just going to continue to get the word out, and they're going to make a difference. You know, I mean, they're going to continue to make a difference.
So, and every single day we're getting one step closer, one step closer. We are. And we're not stopping. We're not stopping until we get there.
You know,
if your mom was here today, what would you, if you got one more day to talk to her, what would you want to say to her?
Of course, it would be, I love you, you know, because you can never say that enough. So all of you out there, tell your moms that you love them. Yeah, you know, of course, I love her, and I would just want to make it the best day she could ever have. You know what I mean? If I knew that was it, I get one day, it would be, what do you want to do, Mom? You know, how can we make this day good for you? And she would say, well, what do you want to do? But, you know, just, you know, of course that I missed her, you know, but it's all good though. You know, she's gone, you know, but she lives on, you know, so through all of us.
Always.
Through all of us, yep.
Exactly. You're keeping her memory alive every single day, and you're so active in this community, and like I said, you're truly making a huge difference.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody. Yeah. I know you're just living out your mom's dreams.
Well,
and you're keeping her memory alive.
That means a lot when you say that, you know, and just it's so much more than me, though. It's you, like I said, it's you, it's everyone, it's our association. It's, my goodness, you just meet these people, talk to these people, get on the phone with them, and then say, man, these are people I want to be with. These are people that I want to associate with.
It's true. We'll suck you in.
Yeah.
You just reach out for 5 minutes.
Exactly, and that's it. You never leave it. Exactly.
That's forever.
It's all good with these people. Yeah. So it's good.
I love it. Well, yeah. I'm so, I can't say it enough. I am so happy that you are a part of this, and I'm so glad we get to tell your mom's story. We get to keep her memory alive, and we get to remind people of how important this work is.
This is really an honor for me. This is an honor to be able to talk about my mom, to talk about my family, to talk about the ALS Association. So thank you for doing this.
Yes, of course. And how can you guys help? Head over to alsachicago.org, or while you're right here on our Twitch page, head over to the About Us page. Look out for the little purple box, and you can donate if you so feel inclined. Like Mike was saying, you know, it doesn't always have to be a monetary donation. You can give your time, you can give your energy to helping make a difference in this community, helping make someone with ALS, making their life a little bit easier. There are so many ways you can get involved on every level, and we would love to have you as part of this family. We would.
Come join us. Please. Yes.
Yes, we want you to come join us.
Make a difference.
Make a difference. Yeah. That's what it is. And live every single day like you're feeling blessed.
Yeah.
Make a difference. And while you guys are here, make sure you are going and you're subscribing, you are liking and following our page, because you don't want to miss this.
No.
You want to stay tuned. You want to hear all these great stories, because this makes the world, I think, a better place. Getting to keep your mom's memory alive, continuing to talk.
My mom, everyone who has it, all the families involved. Thank you.
We will not stop. We're going to keep fighting for this, and we can only keep fighting for this with help from people like you. So make sure you check out the website. Make sure you get involved if you feel like it. Keep listening to these stories. And also, at the end of the day, especially today, everyone that's watching, I challenge all of you guys to go and tell someone that you love them, how much you love them. Tell the people in your life that are important to you. Make sure they know they're important to you, and hug the people that you love a little bit closer. And remember to say that you're blessed.
You're blessed. We're all blessed.
Yeah.
We are blessed.
Exactly. So in honor of your mom, let's throw this out with the big old I'm blessed together.
Ready?
Ready? Yeah.
Yeah. I am blessed. Thank you.
And I am so blessed to be here and have all of you here tonight. I love that story so much. I love the whole mantra, just living your life with the attitude of I'm blessed, because no matter what the day brings, sometimes life gets tough. Especially right now, guys, we're in a pandemic. Life is not the same as it was in 2018, but 2019 even, but we are so blessed, and there's always something about every single day that we can find happiness in, that we can find positivity in. So I'm blessed. I can't stop saying that enough. And I want to know, I sort of asked you guys in the chat while this was going on, I want to know, what are you blessed to have in your life? Who and what makes you happy, puts a smile on your face? Drop it in the comments, because we want to know. Let's share it with everyone. Let's share all of our happiness and all the people that we love so much. Let's put it out there and share it with everybody on Twitch tonight. Now, like I said, I got to talk to two of Barbara's sons. So up next, I got to spend some time with her other son, Rick Trafton, who is Mike, who we just saw. It's Mike's brother, and a little bit of behind-the-scenes info on this one. So anyone that knows me knows that I struggle in life with technology. It's true. The battle is a real thing for me. Technology and we slightly repel each other. So it's very ironic that I'm doing a show that is web-based, because seriously, technology, my family jokes and says that I'm like an alien, because we go through I break microwaves all the time. I don't know what it is. Technology and we just don't get along. So when I went out and I got to spend time and I got to sit down and do these really great interviews, I got to do some really fun things with both Mike and Rick. And then after it was done, I went and looked at it, and there's absolutely no sound. So the microphones and I got into a little fight. We lost the sound, so the videos were unusable. And unfortunately, fortunately, the restaurant was so busy, so packed. They had a great celebration going on, so we did not have time to refilm the segment with Rick Trafton. So you get to see the video. There's no audio, so as if you guys haven't heard my voice enough tonight already, you get to listen to it yet again as I give some commentary. I got to go to the restaurant. I got to go in the back and learn how to make a margarita. I got to learn some secrets for some of their popular dishes, like corned beef, and it was so much fun. I learned all kinds of new things. So let's take a look at the video and enjoy listening to me talk the entire time. I'm really sorry, Rick. I wish we could hear your voice. It sounds so much more cooler than mine. But anyways, guys, enjoy.
Hey guys, and welcome to Season Sunflower Hour. I'm here with such a special guest tonight, Rick Trafton. He's one of the owners of the dock at Inwood, home of the Flight Deck. They're known for great food, great times, and of course, the best margaritas around. Now we're gonna head inside, have some fun, so let's head on in. Rick's going to give us a little tour. He walks us through the dining room at the dock at Inwood. He shows us how they feature a lot of bar wood, a lot of warm metals, stuff that'll make you feel right at home. At this point, I hadn't even tried the food or the drinks, but I already felt at home right when I walked in this place. So he points out that they are known for their great food and, of course, their margaritas. They became so popular for their margaritas, they came up with the scoreboard. Since March of last year, they've sold 61,650 and counting margaritas. So they're definitely onto something. I can't wait to try these margaritas. Now, as a very special treat for Sunflower Hour, he's going to show me how to make one of their signature margaritas. We head on over to the bar. I'm really excited because I've never actually made a margarita. Yep, I'm saying that out loud. We are going to make a top shelf margarita. So he hands me a glass and tells me to fill it up with ice. I know. It's a very, very tough job. You know, you can't get too much ice. You can't get too little ice. It'll just throw the whole composition of the drink off. So this is a very special job I've been tasked with. And I've already fired myself because I did not fill the glass up with ice properly. So, learning curve. I have never in my life been a bartender. So, learn a new thing every day.
We're going to start with some great Top Shelf ingredients like Don Julio. He does about a shot and a half of Don Julio. I am impressed because he doesn't even need to measure. He's a pro. He knows exactly what he's doing. Then comes the Grand Marnier. I'm clearly getting very excited. Now it's over to the rest of the ingredients. He goes equal parts of sour, lemonade, and orange juice. And the most exciting part, I know, I feel like that's the part I can do, as you can see me saying. And he points out that I get the even better job. I get to try the margarita. Clearly I like that part. Oh, so good. So yummy. Yep, I want to keep it going. I don't want to stop it. He reminds me we do have other things to do. Now he wants to take me over and show me the real treasure. And at this point, I can't even believe it could get better. Because I'm telling you, that margarita was incredible, guys. I'm not even ashamed to admit it that I knew that there was tequila in a margarita, but I actually had no idea what the ingredients were. So that was a fun little surprise. So delightful. He reminds me that I'm drinking the classic margarita, so a classy drink for a classy group of people. And now the real treasure, the margarita planks. So we are going to make a blood orange, a strawberry, a mango, and a raspberry, which is right up my alley. They are speaking my language at this point. So the frozen margaritas are actually what put them on the map. And I point out that this is getting real. Oh my gosh. So I get to try this. I'm so excited. I've decided my new job. I am going to be a margarita taste tester. Oh, so good. I tried the blood orange first. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Like I said, margarita taste tester, here I come. He does say that I'm hired, so I'm really mad the audio is gone here because I would have had proof on tape. I am hired as a margarita taste tester, so just letting everybody know, sorry I can't continue with the show because I'm a margarita taste tester. The frozen margarita mix is their own recipe, so everything in that mix is made homemade from here. Other than the margaritas, they feature 18 beers on tap, everything from lagers to sours to wheats, so they really do have a little something for everyone. Now I let them know I'm just gonna stay here and hang with the margaritas. I think he's lost me for the rest of the segment. I'm really serious, you guys. Those margaritas are so good. I point out I don't even really like the taste of alcohol, but those are amazing. Oh gosh, the margaritas are so good. Yeah, he doesn't know if he should be embarrassed or proud because he's ruined another person, and that he has. I'm pretty sure I'm addicted now to those margaritas. So I think everyone should come out, give them a try. Make sure you come out to the dock at Inwood on Joliet. They're at 3000 West Jefferson Street. Give them a shout out. Check it out. I suggest here that we should have a sunflower hour margarita. You guys, he did agree to that too. So you guys have to come out, check out the menu, see if they add sunflower hour to it, and then let us know what you think. Message us on Twitch, twitch.tv/ALSA Chicago. Come out, try the margaritas, and let me know what you think about them. I want to hear from you. Also, he makes mention, check them out on Facebook at the Dock at Inwood. They feature all of their specials and what's going on from week to week, so you'll always stay up to date. Now we're going to head into the kitchen. I want to stay there and keep drinking, but I let it be. I definitely let them know I'm going to be coming back to that. Now this is where all the magic happens. The margaritas are incredible and they're known for them, and they have great beer, but unless the food is amazing, people are never going to come out. So after 14 years in the business, they have officially assembled the best kitchen staff that makes top-notch food he goes through and I do ask him a little bit about what are some of his favorite things on the menu. What does he actually like to eat here himself? He points out that they have an in-house smoker. So they do their own brisket, their own pork, which is super delicious. They slow cook it for 14 hours. I had it. I can attest to it. It was incredible. They're also really proud of some of their classics like the pulled pork grilled cheese, brisket grilled cheese. They've got all homemade soup, salads, a salmon salad that's been their #1 seller. It all sounds so delicious to me. And they also have daily specials. So Thursday, they do a Taco Thursday, Wing Wednesday. They're going to be rolling out in a couple weeks daily margarita specials, something like Top Shelf Tuesday and a Fabulous Lights Friday. So just a bunch of things. So make sure you guys check out their Facebook page, The Dock at Inwood, because again, it'll keep you up to date on all the different things that they're doing. And they just stay so energized. They've got such a fresh vibe here. I just really love it. The food, the drinks, everything's incredible. I know he talks about he doesn't want to fall asleep at the wheel, and I let them know, don't worry, just give him margaritas. No one's falling asleep at the wheel. And then seriously, these guys are like rebels. I'm like, there's no such thing as Taco Tuesday around here. There's Taco Thursday, which is such a cool thing. You know, they're doing something different. They don't want to be like everybody else. They want to stand out. And at Sunflower Hour, we are all about that. Do your own thing. Be unique and individual. So now I'm pointing out I've never been a bartender, and I have also never been a big cook. So I'm letting you in on all of my secrets here. But I dressed for the part. As you can see, I've got my Sunflower Hour apron. So I am ready. I am ready to go. I am ready to cook. And in the spirit of St. Patrick's Day, we are going to make a classic. We're going to do a corned beef and cabbage special. So we're just talking a little bit about all the great things that we are do. So it's pretty easy. So he's going to give us a couple hints on how they make it really good. But of course, they're not going to give us all of the details because you guys still have to come out. You have to check them out and try theirs. But he is going to give us a few of the secrets and a little bit of tips to see how you guys can make your corned beef better at home. Now we head to the back of the kitchen. Now, for the sake of, he points out, for the sake of live TV, they've already went ahead and pre-sliced the corned beef and cooked most of it. They cooked the corned beef slowly for 8 hours in a blend of cloves and Guinness beer. And he's saying that the key is really the Guinness beer. You bring it to a raging boil, and then you bring it back down, and you simmer for about 3 hours. I didn't know that. I didn't know Guinness beer was the secret. That's what I'm telling you. So if you guys didn't know that at home, then we are learning together. Oh, that fell. Yep, we didn't want that piece anyway. I had no idea that I thought we were going to be cooking all of this from scratch. So this is my kind of cooking. I love where this magic can happen. I wish I could just walk into my kitchen at home and everything was just prepared for me like that. Look at that. We've got some corned beef and cabbage, fresh carrots. Like I said, we don't actually have to do anything. I know. This is seriously my kind of cooking. I love it. He's joking that I was there at 5 a.m. slaving over all of this. Yes, I cut that. I made all of this from scratch. Just kidding. I did not. I got to come in. Everything was beautifully done for me. You guys seriously come out and check them out though. I love this. I really didn't know the secret about Guinness beer. So
I hope you guys try that at home. Let me know. Also, let me know how that goes. If you do try the Guinness Beer Secret, I want to know what you think about it. Yeah, he's talking about how it's paired really great with the margarita. And I'm saying, I mean, I tried the margaritas. Everything pairs really great with the margaritas. Rick points out that while this dish is pretty simple, you let the Guinness do all the work for you. You walk away, leave it be, and come back to this amazing dish. It is made with a lot of love, a whole lot of love. So now we're going to head over and taste it. Yummy. I do love all this taste testing. I'm down for this every day. Drinking margaritas, tasting yummy food. So we're heading over, so we're going to give this corned beef a taste. And so, yeah, everybody's Irish this month for St. Patrick's Day. So I'm all about the Irish staples. Cheers. Oh, yeah, yep, you see, so good. Now we are going to do a cheers to a very, very special lady. To Barb Trafton and every family that's going through their struggle with ALS. Cheers. So good. Guys, make sure you come out to the dock. The food is amazing. The margaritas are amazing. The family that owns this is even more amazing, and we will not stop until we find a cure.
That is right. We are not stopping until we find a cure. Thank you so much, Rick, for giving me a tour, taking me around, and teaching me how to be a bartender. So far, I know how to make a total of, one drink. The margarita game, I've got it down. I've got it strong. And I might be leaving the show soon to start my new career as the margarita taste tester, as you saw in that video. I love this. I love seeing the kind of margaritas you guys love. Thank you guys for all of your support, because everyone that's tuning in tonight, you guys are supporting the cause. So you are just as important as everything that is happening in this chapter. Thank you guys so much. And like he was saying, I want you guys to comment, who knew about Guinness beer? I know that I don't cook, so I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. Who makes corned beef and cabbage, and who uses Guinness beer? Tell me, because I want to know these things. I had no idea that was the secret. So in the spirit of, like we said, we were cooking with love. There was so much love going into that. In the name of their mother, Barbara, and everybody, cooking with love is so important. So in the name of love, I want to give some love out right now to some very special people. I had mentioned earlier in the comments, I was going to give a shout out to the person that knew what the letters ALS actually stood for. And I'm going to say, Kev969. So you could survive on Guinness. I don't know that that's super healthy, but good for you. Let us know how that Guinness diet goes for you. So there was a tie. I'm going to go ahead and call it a tie. You guys both came in at the exact same time. Donna Clax and R. Corder, you guys are the superstars. You knew what the letters ALS stand for. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. You guys are rock stars, so congrats. Shout out to you guys. And also, I have some huge thanks to give out too, because we got more donations with our Tiltify campaign. We are getting closer and closer to that first milestone. So a huge thank you and so much love to Julie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Butterbean. Yeah, you heard me right. Butterbean. I feel like something is going on here. Last time we had a donation from Stud Muffin, now Butterbean. So I feel like there's this sort of competition going behind my back for what's the craziest name of the donors. So I love it. I'm all about it. Keep it coming. So thank you so much, Butterbean and Julie, for donating to our Tiltify campaign. Oh, Julie, you've cooked with corned beef and cabbage, and you've used Guinness. Okay, Guinness makes everything better. So clearly, I just don't know those things. So I am learning. I am learning too. Now, speaking of learning, I'm about to try to learn a new skill. You judge for yourself, and you let me know how you think it went. So over the weekend, the dock at Inwood, the restaurant that we've been at, that Mike and Rick own together in Joliet, and you guys have to come. Seriously, We'll throw the address back up there. I think off of memory, it's 3000 West Jefferson Street in Joliet. Amazing. It is worth it to head out there. I was there eating a lot over the weekend. The barbecue, so yummy. The flight of margaritas, so yummy. So check them out. But I went back there on Saturday because they were having their St. Patrick's Day Festival. So we're going to take a look at some of the events that were happening, including a little dance lesson that I got to get from Here Academy of Irish Dance. So let's see. Let me know if you think I have a future as an Irish step dancer. Let's see. Enjoying a yummy lunch at the dock at Inwood in Joliet. You guys have to come and check it out. I'm here with Kira Academy Irish Dancing. We are celebrating St. Patty's Day in rare form today. These girls, you guys look fantastic.
Thank you.
How long have you been Irish step dancing?
I've been doing it for about 8 years.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you always know you wanted to do this?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. I have to say, I see you guys look fantastic. I mean, I just love the
costumes already. Can you show me a little something? I want to see what you girls can do. I love you guys are fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, so you've been doing this for 8 years, so I've never in my life done this. Do you think you could make me into an Irish step dancer?
Probably.
Yeah, you think so? Okay. Can you teach me? I will never look that good.
So
Can you show me something?
the basic one is like a leap. So you kind of lift your front leg up,
Okay.
you step, and then you're gonna bring your back foot up and bring it in front, and then you kind of like slide it.
It looked so much easier than this actually is.
So step in front and slide it, just like that.
Okay.
And then once you get that down, you can start doing a leap with it, and like step in front and slide it,
Cute.
just
Oh my
like that.
gosh, I love it. Okay, but you guys do it so fast that you look super adorable. This is awesome. Okay, so is that like the signature move? Is there anything else that's really...
There's a hop, so you just like a regular hop. You hit your knee.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's try one more time, and then I feel like I should leave this up to the professionals, but we'll see.
So lift your left foot in front.
Oh, I like it. Well, you guys are amazing. So what are you guys out here today doing?
I think we're doing 8 dances, just performing for everyone here.
Yeah. You're just keeping this St. Patty's Day vibe alive. I love it. I know people inside there are going to just love you girls. Like, these costumes are just, that gets me so excited.
Thank you.
I love it. Well, let's do it all. Let's do it all together. Let's take them out doing some step dancing, and happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Ready, go.
I'll leave it up to them. This is why I don't do that.
Yes, round of applause for Kira Academy. So I'm officially crossing off becoming an Irish step dancer off of my to-do list and future career options because we've seen it's not my skill. I love that Donut 07, maybe your name. You brought up that I was a dancer as a kid, and I got this. I didn't have that. So clearly those skills did not translate into adulthood. I thought maybe the sunflower pants would give me a superpower. It didn't, not that time. But I'll keep practicing, and maybe you guys can see me step dancing at a restaurant near you at some point. Well, Irishfest was amazing. It was so much fun. And you guys put in the comments, I want to know how you are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I mean, do you guys have a favorite tradition that you do with your family and loved ones? Or do you have something that you like to dye green or do? I mean, growing up, I know my mom used to go all out for every holiday and make themes. Oh, hey, you're my cousin. I didn't, sorry, I didn't recognize the name. Hi. That's how you know these secret facts about me dancing when I was little. So like I said, my mom goes all out for all holidays. And so growing up, I remember she would dye everything green for St. Patrick's Day. So green eggs, green milk, green cookies. Her and my grandma just made everything so special. So let me know, do you guys have any traditions? What are you guys dyeing green this year? And how are you spending your holiday? So before we leave, I want to know. Drop it in the comments. And speaking of food, eggs, cookies, and all things great, it is still Munch Madness. We had talked about it in the last episode. So much fun. You get to eat for a cause. What better thing is there out there? You get to eat, and then money goes to the charity. Charities like us, the ALS Association. So coming up on March 23rd, it's Tuesday, March 23rd, Munch Madness is going to be working with Lou Malnati's. So if you are in the state of Illinois, you know what I'm talking about when I say Lou's. They are winners when it comes to pizza. They are amazing. Aw, another fabulous show. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys are loving this because I really do love having you here. So keep coming back so we can keep this on forever. But you guys, on Tuesday, March 23rd, make sure you go to Lou Malnati's if you are in the Illinois area. So they're going to be doing at 3 of their locations: the Buffalo Grove location on Buffalo Grove Road, the Gurney and Grays Lake location on Highway 45, and the River North location on North Wells. If you go to any of those locations, if you do dine-in, carry-out, delivery, if you order online, if you use the app, any of those options, and if you mention ALS, they will donate 20% of their total sales to our chapter. So if you need pizza, let's take a night off of cooking. Let's go out, let's eat some dinner, or order in, stay in, whichever you prefer. But let's get some Lou Malnati's pizza and let 20% go to the chapter. Now, I want to let you know, don't forget this. This is a very, very, very important part, okay? Take notes. Write this down. Very important. If you do the dine-in, the carry-out, or the delivery, just let either your waitress, waiter, or let them know when you're placing your order that this is going for ALS. It is for the charity ALS Association. And then when you get your bill, make sure your bill says fundraiser. If it does not, it is not going to the charity. So you want to make sure, let them know it's for the ALS fundraiser for Munch Madness. Now, if you're using the app or if you're ordering online, make sure you use the promo code FUNDALS21. That's FUNDALS21. Equally as important, because if you do not use that code, the money will not go to our chapter. So again, Tuesday, March 23rd, Lou Malnati's Pizza at the Buffalo Grove, Gurney, Grays Lake, and River North locations, and 20% of the total sales will be donated to our chapter. So time to eat some pizza, guys. Pizza in the name of charity and finding a cure. I love it. And also, another great thing we have coming up on April 13th is the Chicago Mini Walk Kickoff. And that's really fun. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you guys can head to our website, alsachicago.org, to find out more information. Because it's open to everyone. Anyone that wants to can join. It is completely free of charge. It's going to be a Zoom kickoff on April 13th from 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You hop on that, and it's going to be a really great avenue to learn all about what the mini walk entails, what it is. You'll get all the instructions. They will even tell you how to create a mini walk team for next June, and they'll give you some ideas on how to help fundraise and how to get it all going, because doing this helps raise critical funds and awareness for ALS. So that is on April 13th from 7 to 8 p.m. It's a virtual Zoom. So keep those two things in mind. Make sure you mark your calendar, and also mark your calendar for our next episode of Sunflower Hour, and that is on April 6th, and that episode is going to be Masters Night. So all you golf fans, make sure you tune in, because we're going to do some really fun golf-themed things, like a special drink. So I'm going to have to put my margaritas aside. Sorry, the dock at Inwood. I'm going to have to give your amazing, yummy margaritas a pause for the moment so that I can bust out the cocktails in honor of the Masters. It's going to be so much fun. Now, it's not over. I know we went a little long, so hopefully you love hanging with us tonight, but we have one more really special thing that I want to get to. So all of this happening probably looks like I don't know what I'm doing, and it looks like I'm a hot mess, but there is some calculation to this madness, and there's a special woman that is behind the scenes that is making everything work. I would be lost without her. She is a producer extraordinaire, and on top of that, she's doing double duty because she's also amazing with the ALS Association. She is the fundraising and marketing coordinator for our chapter. She really does it all, and my world wouldn't run without her. So I really want to introduce someone. Her name is Sam, and she is celebrating this month. She's celebrating her 3rd year anniversary with the chapter. So Sam, come on in and say hi to everybody. Hi, Sam.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks so much, Susan, for my my intro.
I'm sorry, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, because I know you love being behind the scenes. So
Yes.
I'm putting you on the spot. I'm calling you out in front of everyone. Guys, everyone say hi to Sam, because this girl makes the show run. She is the one doing everything behind the scenes. I'd be lost without you, Sam. You're the best.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
Hey, Rosie. There's my sister.
it is. Oh, Rosie, your sister does rock. She's one of my favorite people. She does all this, and she makes me look good. She makes me look like I maybe kind of sort of know what I'm doing.
Oh, stop. You're definitely killing it. It's been a fun adventure for everybody. So.
has. I love that I get to do this with you. Seriously, you're one of the greatest people. So how did you find your way to the ALS Association?
Yeah, that's a great question. My family was personally affected by ALS. We lost my grandfather in 2016, just before we were getting ready for walk season. So we learned about the Walk to Defeat ALS. We started participating on Team Super Dave in my grandfather's honor, and just fell in love with the spirit and the community of the event. I volunteered afterwards, or volunteered at the event. I started taking photos and getting involved with the team, and several years later, I joined in to help with the walk and communications and marketing, and it's just been a joy ever since. Well, thank you, Julie.
Julie, she really is a treasure. I'm underestimating the amount of love that I have for this woman. My world would
Killing
not
me.
run without you. You seriously, you're my everything. You're never allowed to go anywhere because I would be so lost without you. She is an incredible talent. Her ideas, and beyond because you really are amazing. Beyond all of that, you have the best heart, and you just have such a drive and passion for this. So you're a part of getting us so much closer to ending this disease. You are such a big part of that.
Thank you. Absolutely.
So what's your life been like? So you're about to celebrate 3 years with the chapter, joining the family. What's your life been like since you've joined the ALS family?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, honestly, it's kind of my dream job because I get to work every day for something I'm really passionate about, with an amazing team of people, with all of the families and individuals, with the volunteers who have been affected or, just learned about the cause and have dedicated themselves since. It's really been an honor. And, I work hard every day so we can get there and we can end ALS.
We really can. And how fun is it that you actually get to see, not many people get to see firsthand the effects of making a difference in the ALS community. You get to see it. You get to see all these stories. You get to know these patients. You get to see what the ALS Association is doing for them. That's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all know that with ALS right now, it's fatal. It's not a happy ending, but we get to work for those little moments and making every moment count and making everything we can make easier. Every person who doesn't feel alone on their battle, every caregiver who knows where to turn for the next answer, every, a piece of equipment that we can lend. We get to see those little parts to make this journey easier for everyone.
Oh, we really do. And in the name of like what Barbara Trafton says, we're blessed. We're so blessed.
Absolutely.
We're so blessed for so many things. Well, I'm blessed to know you, Sam. The association is blessed to have you. Thank you so much for everything you do. I will let you get back because, like I said, I know I put you on the spot. I'll let you get back to running the rest of the show.
Okay, deal. Thank you, everyone.
You guys, Sam is seriously the greatest. So every once in a while, just know that when you're making the comments and everything, Sam's the one running that. So give Sam a shout out every once in a while. Oh, thank you, Ms. Annies. I'm so glad you're here. So once again, before we go, I want to say a big thank you again so much to Julie and to Butterbean for donating to our Tiltify campaign. You got us so much closer to our goal. Thank all of you for watching. And like I said, mark your calendars for April 6th for our Masters themed show. There's going to be lots of fun stuff. I think there's going to be a game in that one. We're going to do some trivia. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff. So come back. I want to see you again. And thank you guys for hanging with me. I know we ran a little long, so thanks for spending some extra time with us tonight. And until I see you again, until I see you on the 6th, make sure to always be remembering and spending your days reminding yourselves what you are blessed for in the name of Barbara Trafton. So I am blessed. You guys are all blessed. Let's remember that. And I'll see you again on the 6th. And until then, be bright and shine your light. I'll see you guys next time.